Reboot Zepbound weight gain on Zepbound 15 milligrams. This is my part 2 for my weight gain that I had, and doing a little check-in of 5 actionable steps to do today to reboot. If you've had a little slip and slide like I have the past a couple of weeks, I want to re-encourage you like I'm doing to reboot. So join me on today's episode. If we don't know each other, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 106 pounds, well over 100 pounds, the last 2 full years of taking Mounjaro, Zepbound, Tirzepatide compound. And on today's episode, I'm really pumped to talk about reboot, of like, what does a reboot look like in our no makeup version today? Because I want to go work out today. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sacrifice makeup today. That's going to cut into my workout time. So we're doing makeupless whatever day you're watching this on. Makeupless Monday or Saturday or Sunday or Tuesday. Let's dive in. One of these things I want to talk about too, I'm on Zepbound 15 milligrams. There is nothing higher in brand names on the market than Zepbound 15 milligrams Tirzepatide. I could go the compound route, which we're going to talk about, and go in a higher dosage potentially. And there's a couple of other things I can do, but at this point I'm landlocked, so to speak. So taking those off of the taking those out of the equation, that I'm at the highest dose for brand name and not stopping the medication. Many of you have encouraged me, Elizabeth, stop your medication. I'm not going to do that in lieu recently of being very hungry and having food chatter come back and outside stressors going on with my husband joining the countessofshopping.com team. The website is coming along swimmingly. If you want to have a quick daily check-in for GLP-1 medication of like what's happening today as opposed to watching a long video. So taking those off the table. Number one is I am rebooting, and this is my commitment to myself, and it's worked really well. The 5, 6-ish pounds, whatever it was, 4, 5, 6 pounds that I've gained, I've lost 3.5 of those. I am convinced the last pound or 2 off of that is just, it's superfluous. It's not, it's going to go away. Like it's not true weight gain. And so what I'm focusing in on, what's working so well, and that I want to encourage you is planning. Fail to plan by, what is it? Plan to fail, fail to plan. Plan to fail to plan. However I'm saying that. And this is an example of what I'm doing in terms of the day before. You can see the date on it. So you can see like this video is in real time basically of what I'm actively doing to stay in the game with my food choices being high protein focused and with fiber focus on there too. And so I'm really excited about this because planning it out the day before for me is taking motion out of the equation. And for me, and I don't know about you, but if you've had morbid obesity or weight challenges your whole life, like I have, there is emotion still tied with weight loss. And so the best thing for me is to take emotion out of that process and make it just factually accurate, not just because that's a diminishing word, factually accurate though. There is no disputing, okay, an orange is X number of calories, right? Like I can't dispute some of these things. So it does literally just make this a mathematical equation for myself. And so that's what I want to encourage you. Tip number 1 for the reboot is let's plan. Let's plan out what we're eating the night before. I am not saying that we have to do this every single day for the rest of our lives. No. I'm not locking into that. No. But what I am locking into is this 24 hours. I'm being where my hands and feet are. I am committed to planning for tomorrow's meals. So at least I know I can go through and say, okay, do I have built protein bars in my arsenal? Is it actually in my home? Okay, I want to have in there some flank steak. Do I actually have that? Do I have the marinade that I'm going to require for that flank steak? Do I have all that in my house? Because I don't know about you, what trips me up is real life. This is Countess of Shopping after all, royal living meeting real life. When real life happens and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have that ingredient. Or as Teresa Giudice says, my ingredients. When I don't have my ingredients, then that trips me up for the day. And so I don't want to get tripped up. I want to make this smooth operator. And so having the plan for the next day is super important for me. And that's been working really well as part of my reboot. And if you're on a reboot, tell me in the comments below too. Reboot. Number 2, mass quantities for me do very well. You'll notice one thing on this meal plan that is lacking, that I noticed and that I picked up on, which is one of the reasons why I am tracking because it teaches me so much about my perspective with food, and it's teaching me more. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see. So this was earlier on. You'll notice I had fruit in there, which has fiber. And then let me pull up the next day. Does that have the next? I got good protein in there. I'm proud of that protein, But you'll notice in here, let me see if I can zoom this one in. It's missing something. What is it missing? Can you see? Let me see if I can zoom it in. I want you guys to be able to see this because I think it's really important to take my learning lessons and apply it to your own weight loss journey. There's something missing. Vegetables. I didn't eat enough vegetables. And so what I want to encourage you, number 2, is mass quantity. Part of my reboot that I recognize about myself, because I'm at the highest dose, I can't titrate up. I'm kind of locked in here, and I know many of you are, where your healthcare provider's like, you cannot titrate up. You're going to need to stay at that dose for a hot second. If you're in that position with me, quantity then becomes very helpful asset. So I wanted to show you what some carrots looked like. Let me ask real fast. How many calories is 3 cups of carrots? Okay, 3 cups of carrots is only 135 calories, which if I was to have one of my Built bars, which I meant to have here in my studio and I don't, so, I do have one. I was gonna say my example. Here's what a Built bar looks like. I love Built bars. They're my favorite protein bars. Use the discount code QUEEN25 with them. But look at how many cups, 3 cups of vegetables there are. And maybe you don't want to do 3 cups. Maybe you want to do 2 cups. Maybe you want to do 1 cup. Maybe carrots whack out your blood sugars. So maybe don't do carrots. Let's substitute in instead. Let's do a 2nd cup of carrots. Maybe you want to substitute instead asparagus. I literally bought yesterday from Costco a whole bag of asparagus, and my kid and I ate asparagus. You know how many calories is in 1 cup of asparagus? 27. So having 2 cups of asparagus was just 54 calories. This is 2 cups of carrots. Let me get the 3rd cup because that's still not even in the same calorie range. We're still a ways away from hitting the Built Bar calories. Now, a Built Bar obviously has protein because it's a protein bar, but I want to give a little example of how mass quantities make a big difference. Let me actually take this one step further and open this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about for the mass quantities. I can have this whole bowl of carrots versus this protein bar. If you are hungry and not having appetite suppression, which would you rather have? Would you rather have 3 cups of carrots for just 125 calories, approximately 127 or something like that, or 160 calories for this? Yes, this has more protein in it, 100%, and that protein is going to make me fuller longer. It's going to help with muscle mass loss. It's going to help all of that. However, if I go back to my meal plan and I analyze that in terms of my food choices, it would have been better to add in or substitute around more vegetables, or I did really well on my fruit. So I wanted to show this as an example. If you are like me and having appetite suppression is minimal, meaning you're hungry and you're teetering on Zepbound weight gain, how are your vegetables looking for you? I'm not asking you to eat a salad every day, but what I would love for you to focus in on is your favorite vegetables. Maybe it is asparagus. My little boy loves, this is starting to melt in my hands. It looks like doo-doos and I don't want to lick my fingers. My little boy loves grilled asparagus. He says, Mom, I like it limpy. I'm like, fine, you can have some limpy asparagus. So I made him on the grill limpy asparagus. He had like 2 or 3 cups of that. Like I said, I bought from Costco some asparagus. Y'all, it was so awesome. And it wasn't that many calories. 1 cup was 27 calories. I'm like, baby, you can have 3 cups of asparagus. It'll go make your peace stink, but go for it. So that's what I want to encourage you of where in your meal plan, if you're looking at what you can eat for the day, what can you substitute in more volume of vegetables? And one of my besties talks about this all the time. They talk about quantity. And so having more vegetables, I want you to pick your favorite veggie for tomorrow and how can you incorporate more of that in, also because of the fiber component for GLP-1 weight loss with Zepbound weight loss. And I'm going to throw in our WEGOVY brothers and sisters and semaglutide friends and all of the GLP-1s. We're going to lump them in there. Having fiber is a good thing because these can make us constipated. It's one of the most common side effects is constipation. tackling that with fiber is going to help in conjunction of some other things, and I have a whole video on that. Look down on the playlist, click that like and subscribe button to see all those solutions. That would be my encouragement. The other mass quantity thing you can do is Fage Greek yogurt, the 0%. Y'all, you can have a ton of this, and you can mix it with a ton of different stuff to help with that volume. I'm going to come back to this because it's a good tool for us, but I want to talk about number 3 is coaching, changing that mindset. I use Join Fridays. I absolutely love them. They're my telehealth company. If you are transferring in as a new patient, they are the best for compounds. I used to take compound Tirzepatide, but the coaching in which they have that comes in, you're getting your compound if you're a new patient. Now, I'm an existing patient, which is why I can do brand name. To give some context, people are like, why are you on brand name? If you're a new patient, compounds, totally, they're the one, use the discount code QUEEN. If you're looking to switch over, use the discount code QUEEN off savings off your first month. It has with that coaching for mindset. It's the all-encompassing component of weight management. So it has in there for the mindset component. There's a mindset coach. There is a movement coach. There's also a dietitian, not a nutritionist. It's actually a dietitian, which is a higher level of education. She has her master's degree. I don't have my master's degree. My hot husband does, but their dietitian at Join Fridays has her master's degree in nutrition. Smart cookie. So that coaching comes included and working on the mindset component. Now, many of you have asked about my reboot with my Zepbound weight gain. Yes, I have a therapist too that I work with, but with Join Fridays, having that weekly accountability in these group coaching sessions, super helpful. You can do on a different day, different coaching group ones, and it comes with your prescription too. So, and it's in the portal. They have a whole back-end portal, which is helpful. Also, the back-end portal has, other educational items, which are super helpful. I will link that in the description link below, as is all my resources I'm talking about today with that. That's number 3. Number 4 in our reboot, re-kicking back over with mass quantities, is the Fage Greek yogurt. It has in here, you'll notice, it's a 3/4 of a cup is 90 calories. That's it. 3/4 of a cup. Sorry, my Built Bar is in there because it's melting. The lights in the studio are making it melt. But 3/4 of a cup, just 90 calories. Again, going back to that mass quantity. But it has 18 grams of protein. And for me, I shoot to 125 to 150 grams of protein per day. Very, very helpful for me to hit that. What I like to do is also put in there my protein powder. So I'll use my Bioptimizer's protein powder in there, or I'll use my Clean Simple Eats protein powder. The discount codes also, if you guys are like, where's all your discount codes? countessofshopping.com/shop. That will be, you guys suggested this. It houses all of our discount codes for anything I talk about. If you're like, what's the savings code? Because I've negotiated for you. It will be on countessofshopping.com/shop, SHOP. It has on here, this is another way to do mass quantity, but where I want you to take like the mass quantity 2.0 is then adding, it has the fiber component. I would add fruit into this to get some more fiber with lower calories into it. So something like berries, or you could put watermelon in there, or whatever's in season. Like oranges right now, we're coming out of orange season, but like whatever's in season is what I like to put in here. And I like to add some chia seed just for some texture in there, but mixing in protein powder, really easy way to get extra protein in there too, but also the volume. I put it in a big bowl. Because it has the fruit, it's a little bit sweet. My husband adds honey into his. I don't really like to add honey, but you could, just a little dab will do ya. That is an option for the mass quantity 2.0. Utilizing Fage Greek yogurt is a staple in my meal plan. You'll notice I didn't have it on this other meal plan, but now I'm seeing some of these pattern recognition of tricks of what I'm missing, but also what I'm doing well in my reboot. And that's been really, really helpful for food choices and to help stop that weight gain. And if you're like, what are you talking about with weight gain? Go watch my previous video where I'm like sobbing. It's that video where I'm like, weight gain, and I'm crying. And I'm making fun of myself for crying, but it's not to be made fun of. Like, I'm actually very proud that I faced that head on. And the one thing about weight gain is that you think that you're hiding it, but you're not. Like, it's not a secret. I wish it was a secret. I wish I didn't have to tell anybody, but unfortunately, everybody can see. It's one of those things you can't really hide when you're, when I was morbidly obese, it was just something I wanted to hide. And so being overweight can't hide that, and gaining weight can't hide that either. So that was number 4. I'm gonna do number 5 is walking. I've done so many videos talking about recently the studies, and I had one on the NIH study, excuse me, either it's come out or it's coming out, is on how the National Institutes of Health talk about how helpful walking is, and it's so simple for us as GLP-1 patients to walk. I want to challenge you as part of your reboot. Can you add in an extra mile of walking per day? It's an extra 2,000 steps. Can you add that in to help with the reboot? You can take off the equation for weight loss. Like, take that off your plate just for getting sunshine, just for getting fresh air, just for the mindset component of it, which is going to help aid in the weight loss. But taking it off the plate for, oh, this is for weight loss, is not me walking an extra mile today. I want to encourage you focusing on the health and wellness, like let's retrain our mindset, the health and wellness component of walking an extra mile. My challenge to you is I double dog dare you. Now, obviously, none of this is medical advice. Always talk to your own healthcare provider. But I want to double dog dare you to do a 1 mile challenge for each day this week. Each day walk an extra mile than you normally did. So if you're walking only 5,000 steps, today I want you to walk 7,000 steps each day for the next week. Or even if you're like, I don't want to do for the whole week, just for today. How about just for today, can you walk an extra mile in there? And me too, I'm on the 1 mile challenge. I am on the 1 mile challenge. Put in the comments below 1 mile challenge if you are like, I'm in it, Elizabeth, I'm in it to win it, I'll do the extra 1 mile. It's only an extra 2,000 steps. If you want brownie points, do my 2 mile challenge. That is 4,000 steps extra than what you normally do. Moving more. And it's simple techniques, and I hate to use this. I don't hate anything, but I dislike using this example, but it's a good example because I got it from when I was in Weight Watchers. So a la 1990s, but parking further away if you're going shopping and walking in. It's true. For me, yesterday, I timed myself cleaning my house and like organizing a little bit. I counted that as part of my steps. That for me counted as some of my extra mile. I was tired. I was ready to go for bed. I had hit my challenges for the day for the different things I wanted to hit. But I made that my extra and then some. So for your extra and then some, today, are you in the 1 mile challenge? Tell me in the comments below. I would love it if you do it all week, but just for today. How about just for today? How about we just do for today the 1 mile challenge? You in? I'm in. Let's do it. Number, what was that? I forget what number we're on, 5, 6. Is the last one is sleep. I feel like Donald Duck. Do you guys remember those from DuckTales? Race cars, razors, airplanes. It's a Duckburg. I could do the whole theme song, but I'll stop myself. Back to the point is sleeping. If we're doing physical, look at that muscle. It's getting good, isn't it? My weight training, honey. I am working on, oh, she's too big. I'm working on my weight training. What I want to encourage you is if you're weight training, and if you're moving more, and if you're eating healthy, and all of these things, it's gonna make you tired. It makes me tired. Yes, working out gives me more energy, but honey, I can sleep much better. And that NIH study that talked about walking talks about how helpful walking is for sleep. We need sleep to rest if we're on a weight loss journey. Weight loss is a stressor on the body, so we need to add ample rest. Are you getting ample rest? I bet you some of you aren't. And if you're not, I've talked a ton. One of my favorite things is bioptimizers. I've done a whole other video on that. It's linked in the description link below. It's my favorite magnesium because it has in there 7 types of magnesium. And one of those is it helps with sleep, and you can use the discount code QUEEN. You guys know I negotiate all those sales for you. And it's also on countessofshopping.com/shop, SHOP. So bedtime, having a bedtime, like how I have for my 9-year-old, a bedtime routine. I realized for myself in this reboot, because my hot husband said it to my kid, my hot husband was saying to my son, how important having a nighttime routine is for him to rest his brain. He's worked hard all day. We do a meditation. You've worked hard all day and your body deserves to rest. It is true. My body does deserve to rest because I have worked hard all day. And even if I haven't worked hard all day, I still deserve to rest. Rest should not be something that I deserve, like a dessert, like it is. And I want to encourage you, if you've made it this far in the video, you're committed. And so I want you to commit to making sure you have some sort of wind down routine. I'm still working on the wind down routine. I'm naturally type A. I'm naturally very productive. I was showing, we have a new team member. We've got a new team member at our marketing firm, and was talking to her about being type A and things like that, and systems and processes and all that. And I'm like, I don't have a system or processes really for nighttime bedtime routine. I just feel like I throw it against the wall. I take my magnesium every single night, and that's so helpful, but I really want to start to evolve into that now that I don't have young children. If you have one of our beautiful viewers is like, I just had a baby, and she was trying to do all this stuff, plus a full-time job, plus a new baby, I'm like, babes, like, I could not do what I'm saying if I had young children. So if you have young children, I want to give the caveat of do the best you can. So much grace, 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 extra grace. It is a season of extra grace. In Ecclesiastes, it talks a lot about the different seasons. For me, I'm moving into the season of I've got to care for my body. I am in my 40s. I have pushed my body really hard, and it needs some TLC time, which includes rest, particularly since I'm lifting, particularly since I'm walking, particularly since emotionally, like if you've made it this far, I'm gonna be, my eyes look the way that they do because I cried before this. Like, it's emotional. This is emotional for me, getting to where I've wanted to always be. There's been an accounting of emotions. And so I want to share that with you just because I want to be completely authentic and honest too, of like, this has been an emotional thing of letting go of all of those old coping mechanisms that no longer serve me and these new habits that I've formulated over the last 2 years, but also am in continuously learning to do for myself, because I want to live a long, healthy lifestyle. And that's not just cheating on GLP-1. It's not cheating at all. It's an amazing tool. But as you can see, we've got a ton of tools on here. This is not poop. That was my Built Bar. I live with a 9-year-old boy, so everything always relates back to toots or farts. But that was my Built Bar that was melting, which is delicious, by the way. It's just like it really is hot in here in the studio lights. It really is. But I'm gonna go enjoy, and you can add this with some hummus, some Greek, you could put Greek yogurt with some ranch seasoning on there, make some really good dips, easy dips to put with it. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. I hope that's been helpful for you guys. As I go through this reboot, it has been awesome because I'll tell you what I know. I bet on myself. And I bet on myself that I will get to my goal weight. I know that I will. It's just taking, and one of you beautiful souls said this in one of your comments, which is why I love our community so much because we're so encouraging. Someone said, Elizabeth, your weight gain is just a refinement period for you. You're just refining. And I love that. Like, just pushing away the stuff that is no longer serving and refining into what is serving and what is moving me closer to my goals. Because I'll tell you what I've learned over the last 2 years of taking GLP-1 medication. I can do a lot of stuff, and you can too. And that we can do this together. You don't have to be alone. So if you haven't joined my free encouragement group, make sure that you do that. It's in the description link below. And it's also on countessshopping.com too. If, like, again, that website, the count is getting that website. Give it a couple more, like, each day it's getting better and better and better. But I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful also for Join Fridays. If you are thinking about getting a compound or switching to compounds, go to Join Fridays. The direct link is also down below. Use the discount code QUEEN. People ask me in the comments all the time about pricing. I'm like, just go to their just go to their website. I have no idea, like, go to their website. You know what I mean? Like, because just go to their website. But if you do choose to switch over, or if you're just starting, you're doing research, the discount code QUEEN is super, super helpful. Our question of the day is, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Tell me down in the comments below. And our emoji of the day is a rocket ship, because we're lifting off with our reboot, with our refocus. And one of my besties, she said, it's renewal. So we're also, it's your Ramona singer, it's renewal as well. Reboot, restart, renewal. But so rocket ship is our emoji of the day. I do emojis of the day to help for me to get to know you better because I truly do care. By seeing your name over and over, it's pattern recognition. Your comments, I may not answer all of them, but I do see all of them, mean the world to me. But it is a positive only zone. So if you put something smarmy, you're probably gonna get blocked. But we have so many thousands of amazing people in this community that truly iron sharpens iron. And I have to add, because somebody said it, with a sharp, iron sharpens iron, which we do, but also a soft cloth does as well. So I love the duality of that. And I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. All the resources are down in the description. Click that ... more button. If you're like, I don't know how to get it, just click the ... It's a hyperlink. And that will show you and lead you to everything. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I love you so super much. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, guys.